Tensions have resurfaced in American political discourse following President Donald Trump's recent remarks describing the Jeffrey Epstein case as a hoax. The president's characterization of the long-standing criminal investigation has prompted a wave of criticism from figures across the political spectrum, including entrepreneur Elon Musk. The dispute centers on continued public demand for the release of documents related to Epstein's alleged network and client list, which many believe may implicate high-profile individuals. Elon Musk, CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, took to social media to challenge the president's assertions. Citing the fact that Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's longtime associate, remains incarcerated in federal prison, Musk questioned how such a case could be dismissed as a fabrication. "Amazing that Epstein killed himself, and Ghislaine is in federal prison for a hoax," he wrote. Musk continued by suggesting that any claims of hoax could be resolved by simply releasing all related documentation, adding, "He should just release the files and point out which part is the hoax." Musk's comments reignited discussions about whether the federal government has been transparent in its handling of the case. The billionaire's criticisms were part of a broader social media thread in which he posted over a dozen times within a short span, underscoring his growing frustration with the perceived lack of accountability. Among his chief concerns is the absence of legal action against any of Epstein's alleged clients. "Not a single Epstein client has been prosecuted," Musk stated, alluding to what he sees as an intentional effort to suppress critical information. The situation escalated further when anti-trans activist Riley Gaines, a known supporter of Trump, voiced disappointment over the president's remarks, particularly his characterization of those seeking clarity on Epstein's client list as stupid or foolish. Comedian Shane Gillis, another figure within Trump's orbit, made a veiled reference to the controversy, joking about being prevented from making Epstein-related commentary at a televised event. Adding complexity to the situation, Attorney General Pam Bondi reportedly dismissed a federal prosecutor closely associated with the Epstein and Maxwell cases. The prosecutor, Maureen Comey, is the daughter of former FBI Director James Comey, someone Trump has previously accused without evidence of fabricating the existence of an Epstein client list in coordination with other Democratic figures. The personnel decision has prompted questions regarding whether political considerations are influencing the Department of Justice's approach to the case. During a meeting at the White House, Trump reiterated his view that the Epstein matter was a political invention designed to harm his administration. He blamed both Democratic leaders and some stupid Republicans for propagating what he considers baseless claims. The remarks were particularly notable given that Trump had previously promised during his campaign to release all files related to the Epstein investigation. Musk was not alone in expressing concerns about transparency. Influencer Kaizen Asidu criticized Trump's handling of the situation, stating that the administration had built up public expectations for accountability but failed to deliver. Musk agreed, framing the administration's approach as a familiar pattern of denial and counteraccusations. "Admit nothing. Deny everything. Make counterclaims," he posted. "But it won't work this time," he added, signaling a broader sense of disillusionment among Trump's supporters. Public pressure has continued to build for the release of Epstein-related files, with allegations emerging that government officials may be protecting powerful individuals who had associations with Epstein. Former law enforcement officials, including FBI Director Kash Patel and Deputy Director Dan Bongino, have previously suggested that Epstein may not have died by suicide and that he maintained a list of associates for purposes of leverage or blackmail. Media personality Megyn Kelly also weighed in on the controversy, suggesting that the government's handling of the Epstein files remains inconsistent and opaque. Kelly referenced comments from Attorney General Bondi, who had earlier claimed to have access to Epstein's client list, but has since denied that such a document exists. "There is something there and it's being covered up," Kelly argued, while stopping short of alleging direct criminal complicity by federal officials. In an attempt to ease tensions, Trump gave Bondi limited authorization to release credible documentation related to the case. He also proposed the possibility of appointing a special prosecutor, ostensibly to investigate both the Epstein matter and what he referred to as broader misconduct within the Department of Justice. However, the president's comments appeared more focused on proving his claims of political targeting rather than addressing the specific allegations connected to Epstein's network. Meanwhile, Ghislaine Maxwell, who is currently serving a 20-year prison sentence following her conviction for conspiracy in the exploitation of minors, has expressed willingness to testify before Congress. According to individuals familiar with her situation, Maxwell has not been approached by any government officials regarding a formal inquiry. Those close to her believe she could contribute significant information if invited to participate in a congressional hearing. The Epstein case remains one of the most enigmatic and polarizing legal sagas in recent memory. As debates intensify over the need for transparency and the potential political implications of the case, public calls for a comprehensive investigation continue to grow. With prominent figures such as Musk and others now voicing discontent, pressure may mount for a more thorough and independent review of the Epstein files in the months ahead.